A few of the Class B airspaces have a corridor referred to as the Special Flight Rules Area, which is like a hole or tunnel going through the airspace. As a VFR aircraft, as long as you fly in that tunnel, you are exempt from Class B entry requirements, meaning that you don't need to communicate with ATC and no clearance is required, but you will need to stay alert and you will need the terminal area chart. The pathway for the tunnel will be described in the chart, and other requirements will be listed there as well. The 200 knots limitation applies to corridors as well, although it could also be less. Here's an example for the Los Angeles International Airport as seen on the TAC. Notice some of the rules. The transponder needs to be set to 1201 while in the area. You must have the terminal area chart. You must operate on the VOR 132 degree radio. We will talk about VOR navigation in future videos. If you are flying southeast, you must fly at 3,500 feet MSL. If you are flying northwest, you must fly at 4,500 feet. So that keeps a 1,000 foot separation to avoid collisions. Indicated airspeed must not be greater than 140 knots. Navigation lights must be on and landing lights are recommended. If you are passing through Class B airspace, you'll want to contact approach. For St. Louis approach, coming from the west, that would be 121.025, so set the radio to 121.02. Remember, the 5 is implied. And then say, St. Louis approach, Cessna 2095 kilo, 30 miles to the west at 5,500 feet, en route Louisville, request clearance eastbound through your Bravo airspace. If the frequency is really jammed up, you could shorten it to St. Louis approach, Cessna 2095 kilo request. And then you can wait for approach to get back to you. Approach will say Cessna 2095 kilo, St. Louis approach, squawk 3121 and ident. Repeat back, squawk 3121, Cessna 95 kilo. Set your transponder to 3121 and ident. Approach will let you know you have radar contact, but the key words you want to hear before entering the airspace is cleared through Class Bravo airspace, direct Louisville, maintain 5,500, maintain VFR. Repeat that back. Cleared through Class Bravo airspace, direct Louisville, maintain 5,500, maintain VFR, Cessna 95 kilo. Try to use the charted VFR reporting points when you can when reporting your position, which are indicated with a magenta flag. There's a reporting point on the St. Louis terminal area chart called water tanks, which is to the west. So using the VFR reporting point I mentioned, you would say the following. St. Louis approach, Cessna 2095 kilo, to the west over the water tank at 2,500 feet, landing St. Louis. Follow their instructions and repeat back what they tell you. At some point they will hand you off to the tower, and you will continue to follow instructions and repeat back as you arrive. You can reference the Class C videos to get an example of how this might work. Departing will likely involve communications with clearance delivery, so again reference the Class C, in particular Part 3 video for that information. For the most part, with a small airplane like this one, it's probably best just to avoid Class B for landings and departures, but if you need to, it is an option. You would of course need clearance to do so. Subscribe to this channel to learn more.